87. The Markham brothers, vicious by nature, fast with their guns, and true to the Western code of an eye for an eye.
Come on, wake up. We've got a long way to ride.
I'm getting some sleep. All right. Why can't we hold up here?
We got to be in Tombstone tomorrow morning. We're going to be there when Mr. Frank Leslie steps off of that stage. I've been waiting a long time for this.
Well, we couldn't have gunned him when he was in the pen.
Not we, Hank. This'll be my pleasure. Well, why do we have to kill ourselves to get there?
We've been waiting 5 years. One more day ain't gonna hurt us.
Are you forgetting there'd be 5 of us instead of 4 if Leslie hadn't gunned down Steve?
I ain't forgetting nothing.
All right. And I'm not letting Mr. Leslie forget it either.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
October 10, 1887.
Morning, Harris.
Frank Leslie comes in on the afternoon stage today.
You want an orange?
Well, haven't you something to say about Leslie?
Guaranteed fresh from Sonora.
It isn't every afternoon we get a paroled gunman back in town.
Look, Harris. Frank Leslie minds his own business and sticks to the terms of his parole. That's good enough for me.
Well, maybe he will. 5 years in Yuma can do something to a man.
We'll see.
He owes it to Doris Markham. If she hadn't pulled important wires, he'd be doing another 10 years.
Yeah, Doris Markham's sure one strong-minded woman.
She sure is. And trouble with Leslie would mean trouble with her. The Maison Dorée, one of Tombstone's more luxurious restaurants. Clay Hollister was a regular patron, but this visit was personal, urgent.
Morning, Miss Markham.
Oh, Sherry.
Mind if I join you?
Please.
Oh, nothing for me, thank you. But I will be open for dinner. Your French cuisine's become a weekly must for the editor and me.
Thank you. I try to make the menu of the Maison Dorée a little different.
You've made it quite famous since your husband's death.
You want to talk about Frank, I suppose.
Just don't want any trouble.
You don't think we do? Now, look. All Frank wants is to be left alone. He told me the last time we
A
talked.
man behind bars will say a lot of things.
Frank meant it. The only reason he's coming back to Tombstone is because of me. We're going to be married.
What's Frank going to do when he hears that old story about how he gunned down your husband?
5 years is a long time. People forget.
You're expecting an awful lot, Mrs. Markham. The whole territory knows that story.
Steve was no good. He had it coming. He forced it. I was there.
But the court found Frank guilty.
I know I was the only witness. And a wife isn't allowed to testify against her husband.
Well, it's all in the past now.
All we want is to be left alone.
As far as I'm concerned, you will be. But I'll drop over this afternoon and have a talk with Frank anyway.
You don't have to worry about him.
That's good. Because you know the first sign of trouble and back he goes for another 10 years.
saw Laredo and his brothers ride into Tombstone, a few hours before the stage from Tucson was due.
Hard case is all right.
No law says they can't ride through, though. See how they add up.
Right.
Barkeep says that stage will be in about 3 o'clock. Now, Slip, you go down and check on it. All right, deal him, Hank.
Cut.
You're a little bit jumpy, aren't you, kid?
You got no call to grab a man by surprise.
Looks to me like you're still sprouting.
I've sprouted enough to handle a gun.
Not in Tombstone.
Hold it. You wouldn't be aiming to shoot a man in the back, would you?
Now, we're not looking for any trouble with you, Sheriff.
Well, that's nice, because we don't want any trouble either. Since you seem to be talking for your boys, I'll give you a word of warning, though.
I'm listening.
Keep your guns holstered until you clear town.
And suppose our business calls for other plans.
Well, maybe you better change your plans, then.
Boy, I'd like to.
Slip.
Now, take it easy, kid.
We've got more important things to do. Now, you go on down and check that stage. Go on.
I don't like it, Laredo. That Johnny Law's no one to fool around with.
Look, we came here to do a job.
Be easier tonight. Leslie never know what hit him.
Sandy, that's just it. I want him to know. I want him looking right down at the point of my gun. So no back shooting now, understand?
Sure, Laredo, sure.
Where are you going to nail him, Laredo? Stage station?
No. Now, where do you suppose would be the first place that he'd go, huh? The Maison. And we'll gun him right there in front of his lady friend. Steve would have liked that, Hank.
Yeah. Doris will be a little surprised meeting families you never saw before.
The stage from Tucson rolled in on time. The man who had been known as the fastest gun in the territory stepped off. Buckskin Frank Leslie.
Can I have a talk with Frank?
Later. There's a time and a place for everything.
We got her all nervous. She's pretty, too.
Keep your mind on what we're here for.
It's so wonderful to have you here. Mary, this is...
Come right in, Mr. Leslie. Step aside, Doris. What's the matter, Doris? Didn't Steve tell you about us? His brothers? They call me Laredo. This is Hank. Sandy. It's our little brother, Slip. Now you stand aside, Doris. My business is with Mr. Leslie.
Sorry I can't accommodate you, Laredo. I have no gun.
You can't talk your way out of this, Leslie. Now you pick it up. Go on. But let's see if you're really as fast as they say you are.
I won't do it, Laredo.
Don't tell me Yuma Prison's knocked the man out of you.
Hold it! I warned you about trouble.
We haven't been any laws yet. But I'll finish this when he's man enough to carry a gun.
Frank. Anything starts, I'll finish it. Now, you got until sundown to clear town. All of you. Why don't you give that kid a chance to grow up?
Like I said, Sheriff, we got business.
Well, like I said, sundown.
We ain't gonna do what that sheriff says.
Not unless we finish our business first.
Yeah, well, y'all can have Leslie. All of you. I want that sheriff. He's been rodding me ever since we rode in.
Hollister's got a tough reputation, Slip.
Yeah. Well, it won't hurt none for me to be worded.
Gotta reply to your wire.
No, thank you.
Secret.
No. Just the Markham brothers have quite a reputation. None of it good. But no charges that could stick.
I'll be making the rounds. Clay, why don't you deputize his posse? That Sandy isn't a front shooter like the other three. You need a ring of men all around you.
There's I'm getting paid to do a job. Keeping peace is part of it.
Well, if they're still in town at sundown, would you call what's going to happen peace?
No, I guess not.
And, what about Leslie?
So for his sake, he doesn't pack a gun. Breaking his parole.
In his position, you think he'd go looking for trouble?
Oh, he doesn't have to look for it. It comes looking for him. Miss Markham, Frank, what do we owe you?
This one's on the house, Sheriff. And thank you for your help this afternoon.
Well, thank you.
Hollister, I don't need anyone to do my fighting for me. I'd like to be able to protect myself. And I can't see myself as a corpse. You've got to understand, we can't have any peace or life of our own until this is settled, one way or another. I've got to draw a hand.
But Frank, your parole, it might mean another 10 years.
Man's got a right to sit in his own game.
I'll talk to Laredo. I'll make him see Steve wasn't worth fighting about.
Look, honey, Yuma hasn't changed me that much. I'm not going to hide behind a woman's skirts. Or a sheriff's gun.
The evening of October 10, 1887. Sundown and showdown.
Everything's still quiet.
How about the Markhams?
Still making big talk at the palace.
I'll call.
Frank's on his way to the Crystal Palace. You've got
Is
to
he
go down
wearing
and
a gun?
stop it. I don't know.
Well, you carrying a gun?
I want to talk to you, private.
There's only one kind of talk I'm aiming to do.
Over a brother that wasn't worth it. Get smart, the whole bunch of you.
We're wasting a lot of time, Leslie. Now, what do I have to do to make you draw? Catch you dealing from the bottom like my brother did?
You got the stories mixed, Laredo. Your brother was doing the cheating.
Got you again. You're sure lucky it wasn't murder. You got 30 more minutes before dark. Won't be any talk after that.
What kind of a fool trick was that? You trying to get yourself killed?
You had my word about no guns. Just thought I might be able to reason with him.
Looks like we're gonna have to take care of Hollister first.
Now, you really don't think they'll ride
We'll
out?
know in 30 minutes. Even if they don't, it's not your job to see that they...
Oh, Frank, darling. I was so worried about you.
I'm all right, Doris. Nothing happened.
Oh, Sheriff. Thank you.
Why don't you two go on along, huh?
It's my fight. Just give me the word.
Not in Tombstone, Frank. Haven't you got wedding plans to discuss?
You get back to the restaurant.
Oh,
I'll be right along. Go ahead. What's wrong with my backing your play?
This is a job for the law. We'll take care of it. And I don't want civilians mixing in a shootout.
The odds are still 4-2, Sheriff.
They usually are.
The sun's setting fast.
Yeah.
There's one Markham less. Somebody at the corner.
How is it, Slim?
Clean through. I stopped worse. He's gonna be all right.
What made young Markham go for him?
He just happened to be behind me. That bullet had my initials on it. How is the kid?
I sent for the coroner.
It's 3 against 1 now, Hollister.
Laredo. Slip's dead.
Slip? What happened?
That lawman.
Let's get him. And I don't care how, but let's get him.
No. He'll come to us now. Be better this way.
Killed little Slip. Dirty?
Sandy, now you get your rifle and get up on a roof somewhere. We'll take care of Leslie later.
I'll be all right. Thanks.
deputized me, Sheriff. They want to be sent back to Yuma for killing another man.
You're deputized.
He's coming, Laredo, and he's not alone.
Harris, go on back. I need somebody to print the epitaphs. Watch yourself. There's just two of them on the street.
Got a feeling someone else has got their eyes on us.
Yeah. Right on our backs. What is it?
Your deputy just got Sandy.
Well, I told him to go get his shoulder patched up. How do you like the odds now, Laredo? It's 2 against 2. Here's your big chance, Laredo. To be famous or dead. All right, Laredo. Drop your guns.
All right. You come and get him.
Frank, come and talk.
Oh, boy, they give up hard. How is it? Well, I hit the bone. I guess I can walk on it. The thing that bothers me, Harris, that back shooter's the only one left alive.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
North of Tombstone, Arizona Territory. Kind of a quiet town, isn't it? Yeah. Everything's so still.
There's not a soul in sight. Harris, you try the barber shop. I'm gonna check the saloon.
Nobody in there either.
Still hot.
Clay.
I wonder where they all went. Why?
Apaches, maybe.
No.
But Chief Natazi and his marauders are on the loose again.
Yeah, but if Apaches had hit this town, you'd know about it.
Well, something sure scared the people off. Either there's been a... An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
June 14, 1881. The sheriff of Tombstone and I swung through the small town of Osage on our way back from Fort Bowie to find it empty and deserted. Except for a mysterious sniper.
Looks like there's at least one citizen left in town.
Across the street, upstairs.
It's no use. They'll burn this place to the ground.
You just let them walk through that door. Come on, you murderers! We got no quarrel with you unless you force it. Did Hicks send you two on ahead? I'm the sheriff of Tombstone. The man with me is Harris Clyburn, the editor of the Epitaph. You prove you're a sheriff. Figure it might be a trick.
Hicks's raiders don't play no games like that.
Come in.
That why you shot at us? Thought we were raiders.
They're coming. They're coming to town today.
I thought that bunch operated only in Texas.
It's getting thin pickings for them there.
Hicks put together a ragtag group of soldiers after the Civil War.
They've been riding and raiding ever since. We got warning they were coming. Folks decided the best course was to evacuate.
Well, didn't they know the Apaches are out again?
Nothing else they could do. There's not enough gun hands in this town to stop those cutthroats and risk our women.
How come you two stayed behind?
Ned's sick. It's his heart. The doc said if we was to move him, he wouldn't make it.
Well, you're not sick.
Ned's my brother. The doc went with the rest of them.
Harris, I better go down to the telegraph office. See if I can get Doc Cunningham over here from Tombstone.
He'll have to hurry.
For the both of you. Oh, and listen. If Hicks and his men get in here before I get back, don't make a sound.
You mean put up no fight at all?
We wouldn't stand a chance against them the way things are. I want Hicks to find Osage deserted. A ghost town. Be no experience for him. Want to see what he does.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I hope so, too.
Clay Hollister discovered that the telegraph wires to Osage had been cut, cutting off the only connection with the outside world.
You desert rats.
Wonder where they all are.
Hiding in their holes.
How'd they know we was coming?
Who says they did? All right, boys, flush them out.
It's empty.
This time of day?
Way it looks, there's nobody in this whole town. It must have been tipped off.
Joe Parsons.
Said he was going home, said he couldn't stand it no more. But he knew he was coming here.
Yeah, he knew. Joe Parsons. Maybe we'll meet up again.
So the whole town ran for it.
Bunch of cowards.
Well, Hicks, I guess you can't blame him.
That's enough, Sheldon. You're beginning to think like Parsons.
I'm thinking about the others we've lost. The ones that have been dying from hunger, from fever, and from gunshot wound. The ones that have been rotting to death, just plain rotting to death. Driven out of Texas to this.
Now look.
Hicks, I took all the money out of the bank. Vault's lying open, clean empty. Took all the purty gals, too.
What do we do now, Hicks?
Pick up their trail and go after them. They were scared enough to run. There won't be much fight left in them.
I'm going to find Hollister.
Get your hands up, Lawman. Where'd you come from?
Out of the woodwork?
Y'all never figured he'd leave a couple of us here, did you?
You're gonna find out.
Drop your guns!
He shot at the right man this time.
And didn't miss.
Well, what now?
We're gonna go catch Hicks.
Well, you figure the two of us can take what's left of that gang?
Well, he doesn't know there are just two of us. Besides, I'll figure out something when I get a look at the terrain.
Afternoon of June 14, 1881. In the windswept foothills of the Cabezas Mountains, Hicks's raiders had overtaken the fleeing townspeople and cut out the prizes they were after.
What are you stopping for?
There's a tug coming loose. Here, hold it.
Hicks, why are we going back to that town?
He's getting us the money he hid. Aren't you, Mr. Banker?
You let the women go, then?
That's a chance you'll have to take.
There, that takes care of it.
Clay Hollister thought we had lost the trail. It was windy, wild Indian country unknown to either of us.
Them all right?
Yep. You said you'd decide what to do when you saw the terrain. How's it look to you?
Like do?
It better do. There's quite a few of them.
Well, maybe we can outthink them. Choosing the battlefield is quite an advantage in a fight. Harris, run the horses up in those rocks.
You mean you want them in plain sight?
That's right. Listen. Every time you hear me shoot my gun, you let go with yours, right?
You're the general.
What's the matter?
I think I saw some horses up there moving.
Indians?
Might be. I hear say that Chief Natazi and these renegades have been raiding.
They wouldn't want us. We're both in the same kind of business, except we work opposite sides of the street.
All you men! Throw down your guns! We got you covered on both sides!
It's a posse.
Telegraph wires are down. How would a posse know we were here?
How would the whole town of Osage know we were coming?
Looks like Joe Parsons double-crossing us good.
You gonna drop him, Hicks?
How many you figure are?
No, tell him.
You hear me, Hicks?
Everybody get in the wagon. We're going through that pass. That's an order. Get in the wagon. Get the women and the old man up front. If they start throwing anything at us, it'll get them first.
Wait a minute.
I'm not taking any more arguments from you, Shelton.
We're going to fight like men, like soldiers, or we won't fight at all.
I'm not going to tell you again.
Now listen to me. Is there anything left inside of any of us? We come from the South. We knew what we were fighting for, and we didn't ask the women to do our dying for us either.
I'm thinking of asking you to do some dying, Shelton.
Hold it, Hicks. That man's right. The rest of you know he is.
Hold it. I'll shoot the first one that tries to climb down from that wagon. Now, Shelton.
Hicks!
All right, I'm in charge now.
Ain't nobody aiming to oppose you.
All I can say is that we're not only outnumbered, but we're outmaneuvered no matter which way we turn. Anybody want to contradict that? The end's been coming for a long time, and there's only 4 of us left.
All right, toss your guns in the road.
You heard the man.
Harris!
Where's the rest of them?
Just 2 of us.
I don't know who you are, mister, but I don't cotton to a trick like that. Just remember, if I ever get the chance, I'm gonna kill you right where you stand.
Well, I'll try to see that you don't get the chance. Harris, pick up the guns, will you?
What about our families?
Well, do you know where your people are headed?
We know where they're hiding.
You think you can find them?
I sure can, Sheriff.
Take one of those horses and go tell them it's safe to come on home.
I'm on my way.
Oh, and send a doctor on ahead.
A couple of men in Osage need him pretty bad.
Late afternoon, June 14, 1881. The gamble had paid off, but there was still a scent of battle in the air.
Apaches.
Chief Natazi, marauders.
Can we make it to Osage?
No, that's what they want us to do, is run. Pull the wagon in there. They can't get behind us.
We knew we were hopelessly outnumbered. Clay Hollister had made a dangerous decision.
Come on, hurry up. Now get behind the wagon, quick. Harris, untie them and give them their guns.
Yeah, guess we have to.
You think they'll attack?
Well, what do you think?
We haven't got a chance.
About the same chance Hicks used to give people.
Wouldn't be us they want. They're after the women.
Sheriff, give me my gun back. I'll try to keep my promise to kill you.
You won't have a chance. You'll be too busy shooting Indians. Besides, I'll be behind you.
I'll take care of you later.
Get back in the wagon.
Here they come.
They're pickup renegades from other tribes. Try for the chief. He's all that's holding them together.
over?
No, ma'am. They'll be back. That's just the first skirmish to test us.
Oh, here they come again.
I'll get him.
Dead. Jack!
You think, Harris?
We're nearly out of ammunition, Clay.
And they know it. Next time they'll ride right over us.
Well, what do we do? Die here with a purpose, or die later?
The long day of June 14, 1881 was drawing to a close. It looked like it might be the last day for all of us.
Gotta get that chief. We get him and the rest of them will fold up and go. Well, gentlemen, let's go.
They're running for it.
No, I don't think so.
Won't they try again?
No, not Isaiah's dead.
Thanks to the last of Hicks's raiders.
And the last of the fighting Confederates.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry.
Neil Wheaton, one of Clay Hollister's new deputies. Wheaton liked guns. They were his weakness.
Get it fixed?
Nothing to it. I ain't been stuck. Man should look after the tools of his trade. Could save his life.
Or get him killed. You going to the funeral?
Them things depress me.
I think you ought to go.
You being there ought to be enough.
Ordinarily it would be, but this time it's different.
What's so different about it, Clay?
You killed the man.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
January 17, 1882. Another man had been buried on Boot Hill, killed in the line of duty by Neil Wheaton.
Satisfied? With a new gun, you have to be careful. Got to be checked out.
You do that at the factory.
Well, they claim they do, but I heard of a fellow once, had him a new 6-gun. First time he went to fire it, barrel was clogged and blew up in his hand. Nothing like that's going to happen to me.
Oh, I don't imagine it will. I'm wanting to talk to you.
Got a suspicion he wasn't hanging around for nothing.
Look, I'll lay it right on the line. You go too fast for your gun.
I do my job.
Maybe you do it too well.
You're talking loco, Clay.
3 weeks ago, I hired you because I needed another deputy. I hoped you'd make the grade.
And?
And ever since then, you've been in one shooting scrape after another.
Wasn't any of it my doing. They all drew on me first.
It's a peace officer's job to hold down trouble, not bring it on.
Are you saying I'm fired, Clay?
Now, let's just call it a warning. You're first and last.
January 18, 1882.
The Oriental Saloon.
Let's go.
Look, nobody's gonna tell me when to leave.
I'll handle it. All right, mister. Fun's over. Put up your gun.
Keep out of this. This ain't none of your affair.
I don't want any trouble. If you're smart, you won't either. Do like I say. Come on. Holster your gun. We'll forget all about it.
All right. But tell your deputy over there to put away his.
Is he? He's gonna be all right. There wasn't any reason for gunplay, Neil.
Anytime a man points a gun at me, you better use it. Real quick.
You know there wasn't any danger as well as I do.
Boot Hill's full of men who thought that way. I don't believe in being careless. Getting hungry, I'm gonna put on the feed bag if you've had your say.
Not quite. Give me your badge. You're not right for a lawman, Neil. Your gun hand moves too quick. By the time your thinking catches up, it's too late. Now, Neil, remember this. This town is full of quick guns. There's always somebody just a little bit faster than you are.
Not in Tombstone, there ain't.
I see you lost your badge.
Yeah, permanently. Sheriff thinks I'm too fast with my protection.
Have one on the house.
No, thanks. Makes a man careless. I like to be able to tell my friends from my enemies.
Got any plans as to what you're going to do now?
Mm-hmm. Thought maybe I'd come to work for you.
Doing what?
Thing I do best. Got a nice place here, Richie. Nicest in town. Could be better with protection.
Well, we've got Hollister and all the other deputies.
Sure you have, but they can't be everywhere at once. If you had your own gun on the premises, it could save you a lot of headaches.
Well, sounds like a good proposition. With your reputation, you might hold down trouble. I'll think it over.
Has to be now. The Crystal Palace has already made me an offer.
All right, Neil. But remember, your job is to hold down trouble. I don't want any customers shot.
Oh, of course not. You're a good businessman.
When you want to come to work?
Maybe you didn't know it. But I was on the job when I walked in.
Oh, Harris.
Hello, Clay.
Ready for some dinner?
Oh, I can't right now, Clay. Say, here, you fired Neil Wheaton.
Come on, that's yesterday's news. You ought to read the epitaph.
The most interesting item isn't in there. I didn't get the information till after we'd gone to press. Your ex-deputy has a new job. House gun at the Oriental.
I thought Richie had better sense than that.
I can see the future headlines now. Violence flares at the Oriental. Neil Wheaton, former deputy, was forced to shoot.
All right. I know how it'll read.
Nothing to do about it, I suppose.
No. Just wait and hope. No dinner, huh?
January 25, 1882. Neil Wheaton had been on his new job a week.
Evening, Hollister.
How's it going, Richie?
Quieter than a sleeping hound. Been that way ever since word got out about Neil.
He had to do anything to earn his pay yet?
Business is good. Trouble staying away from my door.
So far.
January 27, 1882. Friday night. The traditional night for the big ranchers to come to Tombstone.
It's too cool a night to be sweating, Richie.
It's been a bad night for my house men.
Thought someone must be breathing hot on your pocketbook.
3 Kings. Every time Matt McCord comes to town, he takes me for a bundle. He's already clipped the house for $9,000. Oh, he wants more money. I better get it out of the safe.
You want me to hex McCord?
Yeah, you do that. Be worth a lot to me, an awful lot.
I'll raise 200.
Keep your hands above the table, McCord.
You calling me a cheat?
I'm not calling you anything, just a warning.
Let's play cards.
I pass.
I call. 3 ladies. Beats 3 jacks.
That's all, gentlemen. This game's called for tonight.
Something new, ain't it, Wheaton?
Just decided to put it into effect. Do you mind?
Suits me. I can find plenty of places to gamble.
Not if you win the way you did here.
I'm not looking for a fight, Wheaton, but I'm not backing down from one either.
Then we understand each other.
I don't think I know what you mean. Leave it.
Now look! Just leave your winnings on the table. These men ought to have their money back, and so should the house. McCord won too much and too often, to be honest. If he hadn't been a cheat, he wouldn't have drawn.
Have you gone completely loco? Why'd you want to do a thing like that?
You wanted the game broken up. It was your idea.
I didn't say anything about gunning, McCord.
You said to hex him.
You were fired, Neil, as of right now.
You said it'd be worth a lot to you. You owe me $500 and a raise in salary, and I'm sure you're a man who pays his honest debts.
That's blackmail.
Let's say it's good business, huh? Water. Hello, Clay. Glad you got here. I just had to shoot Matt McCord in self-defense.
January 27, 1882. Later that evening, Clay Hollister investigated the killing of popular rancher Matt McCord.
What's your version?
Well, after Neil accused him, Matt reached for his gun and
I defended myself.
You keep out of this.
What are you getting all worked up over, Clay? It ain't as if I gunned him down without a chance.
McCord wasn't any hand with a gun.
Man wants to act like a fool. Ain't my lookout.
From what I hear, you didn't give him any choice. Did you see it?
I don't know about the cheating part, but I heard McCord went for his gun first. Sorry this happened, Hollister. Hiring Neil seemed like a good idea at the time.
Well, I can't blame you much. I made the same mistake myself. Thing to do is what I did. Fire him.
Well, maybe it won't happen again. I'll give him one more chance.
Sure it'll happen again. Another legal murder for Neil Wheaton.
He's got you real scared, hasn't he, Richie?
Of course he hasn't. If I want to get rid of Neil, I'd do it. Now let's have one on the house and forget all about it.
No, thanks. I had enough for tonight and from now on.
Better luck next time, Clay.
You got a bad case of gun fever, Neil. Only cure I know for it's a bullet.
Want to try me?
Only if I have to. Like I said before, it's a peace officer's job to keep down trouble, not bring it on.
Just as you say. Anytime you're ready, say the word. Now that we've settled that, have a seat. We'll play some showdown.
You got more important things to do.
Such as?
There's a nice straight road out of town. Use it.
The only way I'm leaving is feet first.
If that's the way you want it, that's the way it'll be.
Go ahead, I'll give you the jump.
No, I don't want to kill you. Just do like I say.
You're fast, but not that fast. What are you waiting for? Go on.
Won't ask you again. Next time I'll...
There won't be any next time, and you know it.
Some said Clay Hollister had walked away rather than face Neil Wheaton's gun. In Tombstone, that wasn't the popular thing to do. Hello, Clay.
Yes?
You know George Pickett and Walter Henry.
Take a seat.
This isn't a social call, Hollister.
Matt McCord was a friend of ours. We want to know what you're going to do about his killing.
I've already served notice on Neil to leave town.
Doesn't seem to have registered too strong. He's still around.
Still working for Reggie, too.
We don't want to pressure you, Hollister. But if you don't do something about Wheaton, we will.
Like what, for instance?
Matt McCord had a lot of friends in this part of the country. They're mighty stirred up.
I see. Anything else?
Guess that's about all we have to say.
We mean it.
As you can see, people are stirred up.
Yeah, well, it's a funny thing about people. They love to see a fight, but they're so sad when somebody gets killed.
Well, that's human nature. You got a reputation to uphold, Clay. If you don't act soon, you might have to leave town yourself. I wouldn't like to see that.
Well, what do you want me to do? Pick a fight and force a shootout? Well, I'm a peace officer, not a hired gun. I didn't mean to shout at you.
If it helps, go ahead.
Well, it helps, but it doesn't change the situation. I think I'll take a walk.
Any place in particular?
Have a talk with Neil. Where is he, Richie?
If you mean Neil, he took the day off.
Where did he go?
If he never comes back, I won't miss him.
Why haven't you fired him yet?
I can't.
You mean you're afraid to?
What difference does it make? He's got his hands around my throat, and I can't pry him loose.
Maybe I can do it for you.
Neil's got you buffaloed, too. Otherwise, you'd have taken care of him by now.
All right, Richie. Just what is it between the two of you?
Neil's blackmailing me for the McCord killing. Says I told him to do it, and I'd pay for the service.
Well, you should have told me that before.
I know it. And I didn't think it'd do any good.
You thought wrong.
Just a minute. Get me out of this, Hollister, and it's worth $1,000 to you.
You never learn, do you, Richie?
What do you mean?
You can't buy everything. This is my job.
That's what people have been saying.
You tell Neil that I'm looking for him.
Storm coming up?
Yeah.
The afternoon of January 29. It was to be a day of decision.
Wallace? Harris?
Care for some?
No, thank you.
Helps me to get through a long afternoon.
Have you seen Neil?
Earlier. One thing I don't understand, Clay. How come you haven't clamped down on him?
Well, I'm tired of settling every argument with a gun.
We're living in a lawless time, Clay. Sometimes, unfortunately, it takes violence to stop violence. You're the only law we have here. People expect you to meet the issue head on.
Meet it head on? Well, what does that mean? Shoot it out with Neil? Well, there's got to be another way because legally Neil hasn't broken the law yet. Sometimes it feels like the only answer to every problem in Tombstone's a bullet. I was hoping it'd be different. I was hoping...
Talk to me, Clay.
I do.
I've been hoping you'd make this mistake.
I'm waiting.
It's my pleasure.
Careful. There might be mud in that barrel. Could be clogged, blow up. Like with the fella you were telling me about. What's the matter, boy? Don't you like the odds? Well, they didn't favor McCord either, but he took the chance. You say you've been waiting for this. Go ahead.
I want to check my gun.
That'd be a mistake. You make one move for your gun, I go for mine.
You're pushing me to an unfair fight.
I'm pushing you to leave Tombstone, boy.
I said the only way I'd leave was feet first.
That's what you said.
Chances are there isn't any mud in the barrel.
Then the chances are it won't blow up in your hand. Now go for your gun or move out. Works. Want to use it? You're a lucky man, Neil. I'm giving you a chance to live. Take it. Out of town.
Thought this might interest you. Editor of the El Paso paper sent it to me.
Oh? Neil Wheaton killed by Madden Roberts. Another victim was added to Madden Roberts' growing list when the day he shot and killed. I kind of thought Neil would be headed back this way sometime. I guess now he won't be. Always somebody just a little bit faster.
Fella here says he'd like a crack at that deputy's job we got open, Clay. Wants to be a lawman.
Well, I'll be glad to.
We got business.
Need some help?
No, we can handle it.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
morning, sir. I'll be with you in just a minute.
Muchas gracias, senor. But I am in no hurry.
I certainly wish a few more of our customers would be as patient.
Oh, that is right. It is so easy to make a mistake.
Absolutely. I have a great responsibility here.
Oh, I know.
Trail-weary, Clay Hollister returned to Tombstone after delivering a deserter to Fort Huachuca. Heavily armed men from Mexico watched the sheriff pass.
I am still in no hurry, senor. But do not take too long to fill the bag, por favor.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
August 2, 1882. Unsuspectingly, Sheriff Clay Hollister had ridden past while the notorious Augustine Ramirez was robbing the Bank of Tombstone. Clay Hollister organized a posse to trail the bandits. Jim and I jailed Ramirez and 2 of his men.
It was foolish of the sheriff to go after Sancho and the others. Long rides are so tiring.
Maybe your next ride won't be so long, Ramirez.
Oh, you mean... Está bien, it is fate.
All right, in here.
You're looking at me, senor. Tell me, what do you see?
Nothing. I'll send for the doc. All right. The night of August 2, 1882. No luck.
They use the old patchy quail dodge. Just scattered into nothing.
More likely into Mexico. You know, you can't follow them there.
You think we got any help on the way? Everybody's scared off.
Ornery Ramirez bought off. Or charmed off.
Well, that won't help him now. Jonas is dead. Ramirez will hang.
No jail had ever held Augustine Ramirez. A hacksaw blade sewed in the seam of his jacket was his key to freedom. morning of August 3. Ramirez had escaped, leaving his two henchmen. But Clay Hollister had an idea.
Hola. No comprendo americano. Is that right? Well, you habla español, amigo. All right, senor.
It's obvious we're never going to get Ramirez's hideout out of him.
Wasn't intending to. But I wonder what that other fella in there is thinking about now.
Hey, that might work.
We'll let him sweat it out a few more minutes.
Well, listen, Clay, even if it does work, what good will it do? You can't go after Ramirez into Mexico. It's against the law.
Oh, I'm not going to break the law, Harris. Maybe bend it a little bit.
And even if you did, you couldn't get within 50 miles of Ramirez's hideout without being recognized.
Now, how do you take care of that?
That old Apache?
Mm-hmm.
What can he do?
Well, if this works, you'll see. Get up. I'm going to take you back inside there now. If you open your mouth just one time, I'll close it for you permanently. Can't have his buddy thinking he didn't resist a little bit. Sorry I had to force you to talk. I'll see to it the judge hears you help me. Your turn, friend. Now, if this one's half as helpful as the last.
Yo no hablo inglés.
Like I told your friend, I speak Spanish, so make it easy on yourself.
I know nothing.
Well, I know plenty. Once your friend got started talking, he couldn't stop. I know where Ramirez is hiding, but I don't know how to get there. You take me there. Maybe the judge will go easy on you.
Senor, I take you to Lugar de Perdido and we both would end up feeding the coyotes.
Lugar de Perdido?
Si.
That's it.
Jim.
Lock him up.
Vámonos.
I got a date with an old Apache friend.
Clay, Lugar de Perdido?
Place of the lost. That could cost you your life, senor.
You don't frighten me. I've been threatened by your kind before. Now get out of here.
Well, if I can fool you, I can certainly fool Ramirez.
Oh, Clay, you darn fool, you.
Well, how do you like it?
Well, I must say it's pretty good. What'd you use?
Well, berry juice, a horse's tail, and one of the bandidos is going to be a little bit cold tonight.
Horses. Clay is still not a wise thing to do. You don't even know where this Lugar de Perdido is.
Now, look, Harris. If your name was Ramirez, and you were raiding border towns, and you knew the second you got across the border you'd be safe from territorial law, you'd have your hideout close to the border, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I suppose so. I still don't like it.
But you will help me.
I think you need help.
Now, look, sit down. What I need is this, a special printing job.
August 6, 1882. In Old Mexico, Clay Hollister rode the border trails of the Guadalupe Mountains. The afternoon of the third day, Lugar de Perdido, the place of the lost. disguise as a Mexican, Clay Hollister faced the wily Augustine Ramirez.
So you've come to pay us a visit, amigo, huh? This poster says you are called amigo. And this poster also says you're a very dangerous man. Tell me, amigo, are you a dangerous man? Does he look dangerous to you, Sancho?
See, mi jefe, he does.
You are so serious, my little one. So suspicious. Come. Ever since you have crossed the border into Mexico, you have been looking for lugar de perdido. Why? How you know this? This is my country. It is my business to know. I have heard that a man can find safety in lugar de perdido. You mean a man such as you and I? Who are you? Sancho. I ask you who you are. Come. What will you drink?
Nothing. But I am hungry.
Sancho, bring some food for a hungry man. Tell me, amigo.
See?
You were joking. You know who I am.
No.
I am Augustine Ramirez.
No?
You honest do not know who I am?
No.
It's all right. I will not shoot you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Sit down, sit down. Sancho, the horses Miguel stole from Rancho Cortina, he still have them?
See, mi jefe, he does.
Tonight, I think we take them away from him. When I want something, I take it. When I do not want something, maybe I take it anyway. You want to come with us?
It seemed to me kind of foolish to risk your neck for just a couple of horses.
You are right. It might be dangerous.
Oh, but not for you. You will have a dozen men out in front of you doing the fighting.
No, just you, Sancho, and myself.
All right. I'll come along and protect you.
10 o'clock tonight, then, huh?
Well, I'm tired. I must have a place to sleep.
Down the hall. The last room belongs to me. Por favor.
Gracias. Here. Buy yourself a drink with the change.
We'll kill him. He's making fun with you.
No. We are making fun with each other.
And you're making me his serviente. To wait on him, to bring him food.
Now you are talking like a niño.
I say he's dangerous.
Oh. The Americanos offer a reward. $500 for him. For me, $2,000.
That is not what I meant.
I know. I know what you mean.
The sheriff of Tombstone rode with Ramirez, a bandit raid on another bandit.
Nachito, you stay here.
Muchas gracias, amigo. Por nada. You're destined for something better. Forget the horses.
Are you hit, amigo?
Forget the horses!
In the shooting, Clay Hollister was hit in the upper arm. They were forced to ride back empty-handed.
Sancho. See what keeps amigo.
Clay Hollister's wound was a complication he couldn't afford. Getting Ramirez back across the border where he could arrest him became a race against time.
Gonzalez.
Why did you come back here?
Mi jefe, he wanna see you. And I warn you, leave lugar. Maybe another time you're not so lucky.
I had a feeling it was you.
It was.
Next time, do not miss, because I will not.
That is a promise, senor.
Send for me.
See, to join the fiesta.
Fiesta for what?
For you. You have saved my life. How is the shoulder?
Bien, hermano.
Maybe you would like to have Lupe take care of it better, huh?
Le duele mucho.
Está bien. I want to talk to you. Alone.
Oh, you sound like serious business.
It could be profitable business.
I like that kind of business.
You stay. How would you like to make $2,000 or $3,000 in gold with no shooting?
In gold?
In gold.
How?
The American colonel at Fort Huachuca has a son.
And he loves him very much.
And almost every day the son goes riding.
With many soldiers guarding him.
Alone.
How do you know this?
It is our business to know these things. You know about horses to steal. I know about people to steal.
You are one interesting amigo.
We could take a note to the colonel and be back with his son in 2 days.
I like your business plan for stealing people.
The morning of August 8, 1882.
Sancho's horse is not there.
We were not planning on taking him with us anyway.
I know, but this is the first time I ride without him.
Come on, you don't need him.
The afternoon of August 8, 1 mile south of the Mexican border.
I think we rest here a while.
pasó? Brazo de un bandido.
No es mexicano. Es un gringo.
Sancho, mi muchacho. Sanchito.
North of the border, Amigo was once again Sheriff Clay Hollister.
You're under arrest, Ramirez. You killed Sanchito. I don't want to have to kill you, too.
Amigo Sheriff, we settle nothing this way. If you want to arrest me, you are going to have to shoot me. Are you going to shoot me from behind the tree? This is for Sanchito. Go ahead, gringo, shoot.
Now, like I said, you're destined for something better.
Augustine Ramirez was destined for something better. Tried and convicted, he was hanged on August 15, 1882.
Whistle me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone.
I'll take your luggage down myself. I'll be down there just as soon as I can.
Thank you.
That road could choke a horse. Who is he, Luke? Sure, I've seen him before.
You did. He used to work for Kwong Key over at the Can-Can, polishing the brass and stuff.
Well, what do you know?
A large Chinese population in Tombstone was centered between Fremont and Toughnut Streets. Lum Chen and the beautiful girl left immediately for the Chinese Quarter.
He flaunts his theft in my face.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
afternoon of April 28, 1889, Clay Hollister took a routine swing through Tombstone's Chinese Quarter, a separate and distinct town within a town.
Open up!
Kwong. What's going on here? Is this yours? You gonna tell me what's going on, or I'm gonna lock you both up? Well, I'm waiting for an answer.
The gun went off accidentally.
4 times?
It's not a very good weapon.
Oh. All right, that's the way you want it. You're both under arrest. Get moving.
On the rare occasions when problems arose between Chinese citizens, they were invariably dealt with secretly, often to the annoyance of Tombstone's officials.
I'll talk to Kwong first. You ready to tell me all about it?
It is a matter of no concern to any but ourselves, Mr. Hollister. A private matter.
When men try to kill each other, it ceases being a private matter. You been gambling? Did you save this out of your wages, maybe? Well, there haven't been any robberies or thefts reported in the last month, so I guess you came by it honestly. You get it back when you get out of jail.
You cannot lock me up, Mr. Hollister. I did not do anything.
Then why did Kwong try to shoot you?
I do not know. He rushes into the room, yells I'm a thief, and then tries to shoot me.
What about it, Kwong?
This person was in my employ until a month ago. I treated him kindly and well. One day he does not come to work. That night I discover a goodly sum of money is stolen from my office. And Lum Chen is nowhere to be found in Tombstone.
That is not true. I did not steal from Quan Ki. This money is from my most revered uncle's estate in China. That is why I left so suddenly. I went to San Francisco to see my lawyer who wrote me a letter. I had to sign many papers before they would give me this inheritance.
He is even a better liar than a thief.
Wait a minute. You got any proof of this, Lum?
The letter. I kept the letter from my lawyer.
Looks like you owe Lum Chen an apology.
This humble fool begs Lum Chen to forgive him for actions and words more suited to a braying beast.
If the stupid one, that is myself, would have told the honor Quan Ki of his good fortunes, then Quan Ki would not have thought so badly of him.
Well, there goes another good headline. Shooting in the Chinese Quarter. Kwong Ki, well-known proprietor of the Can restaurant, shot his former employee, Lum Chen.
Guess you're just gonna have to be satisfied with the robbery in Kwong Ki's office.
Oh, that'll make a fine headline. A month-old robbery. Oh, well.
Oh, but don't print it yet, Harris. I'm working on something.
Any leads?
I've been trying to find Lum Chen. He might have some information.
The inscrutable Oriental. Well, you'll have to admit they give the law less trouble than any other comparable area in Tombstone.
True. Still, I got a job to do. I was down at Mary's boarding house. Lum wasn't there. Neither was the girl.
Well, he's probably taking her out for a moonlight carriage ride. East or west, a woman's a woman. Nothing like romance. They thrive on it.
I wouldn't know.
The night of April 28, two mysterious strangers appeared in the Chinese quarter. Kwong Ki's Can Restaurant, one of the finest dining establishments in Tombstone. Sheriff Clay Hollister pressed to search for Lum Chen. He was puzzled by the scarcity of people on the streets.
Who are they, Kwong? I haven't seen them around.
Probably passing through town.
They're sure big ones. What's wrong?
Wrong? What could be wrong?
Just wondering. You seen Lum Chen and the girl?
I know nothing of Lum. Nothing.
Yeah? Well, I came down here to ask him about the robbery. Your money.
I'm sorry. I'm very busy. You will excuse me.
The morning of April 29, 1889. The mystery deepened as Clay Hollister had not located Lum Chen and the Chinese girl, Mei Lun. O'clock on a Saturday morning. Usually you have to fight your way through the crowds down here on a Saturday.
And the whole quarter's the same. Hasn't been a man, woman, or child on the street since last night.
Maybe some kind of a religious holiday.
No. Now something's got everybody afraid to move, Harris. You can almost smell fear.
Well, there's a couple that aren't afraid to come out.
Where?
Over there in front of... Well, now they were there. Two of them. Big as houses.
Dressed in black? Hard-looking types?
Well, then you did see them. For a minute, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me.
This time, Kwong Ki's going to tell me what's going on.
You mind if I go along?
No, maybe I better go by myself. It's hard enough to get anything out of him without having a newspaper man along.
Well, let me know if anything turns up. I'm curious.
Open up.
I'm glad to see you, Sheriff.
Who are you expecting?
Is there something I can do for you, Mr. Hollister?
Yeah, first of all, get rid of your bodyguard. I want to talk to you.
Leave us. Why is my servant not a bodyguard?
I want some answers, Kwan. What's going on in the quarter?
Going on? I don't know what.
Any more double talk and you're going to jail.
For what? I have committed no crime.
Disturbing the peace. Discharging a firearm within the town limits. Attempted murder on the person of one Lum Chen. Giving false information to an officer of the law.
But why? I made my apologies to Lum Chen. He will not press charges against me.
Well, if he doesn't, I will.
You would do this to me? For no reason?
About 30 seconds, unless you tell me what's going on.
There's nothing to tell.
There is something to tell, Kwan. I know there's something going on, but I can't find out what it is. I need your help.
All right. I will tell you all I can. Hatchet men of the Society arrived last night.
The Society?
An organization of murder. The two men you saw last night, the big ones. To you, they're just two more Chinese. To us, they are messengers of death. They are in Tombstone for that purpose, and no Chinese will dare oppose them. Now you know.
Well, who are they going to kill and why?
Lum Chen. He offended someone powerful in the society.
When you say he's offended somebody, how?
The girl was sent from China to be the bride of a very important man in San Francisco. The boat arrived early, and Chen met the girl before her escort arrived. It was, as your people say, love at first sight. It was foolish of them. They will die.
Do you know where Lum and the girl are now?
No, they have fled.
What about the Tong men?
No.
Well, thanks for the information.
What are you going to do?
We'll go back to the boarding house. Somebody's got to know where Lum took the girl.
It's no use. They will die as surely as the sun will set.
I do not lie, Sheriff. Mr. Lum Chen and his lady left with no word of where they were going. I would surely tell you if I knew where they were.
Has anybody else been here asking questions about him?
I don't understand.
Well, it's simple enough. Has anybody been here asking questions about Lum and the girl?
Oh, no. You are the first to seek them. I will tell you if others come.
Yeah.
You heard. I told him nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing.
April 30, 1889. The Chinese quarter was still closed. The streets empty. A solid wall of resistance, fostered by fear, met every inquiry throughout the quarter. No one would even admit knowing Lum Chen or his whereabouts. The night of April 30, 1889. Have some?
Oh, no. We've scoured Tombstone and all the outlying districts. If the ground opened up and swallowed Lum and the girl and those two killers, it couldn't be more complete.
Well, what makes you so sure they left the quarter? They might be right under our noses.
Yeah, I know, but I can't go snooping into every closet and back room down there.
Come on, drink it.
I'm gonna get a blanket search warrant from Judge Mason and tear that place apart if I have to.
Mason won't go for that, Clay, and you know it. You'll find them sooner or later.
Just don't want to find them dead.
Who's there?
It is I, Lum Chen. You must help us.
Go away. I cannot let you in.
We have nowhere to turn. You must help us. Is this the one who but yesterday asked my forgiveness for wronging me? The one who spoke words of friendship and apology? It cannot be. The honored person I speak of is a man of men who does not give words of friendship and then turn away in fear. Come, Mylin. It seems a cowardly jackal has taken the home of my friend.
Come in, quickly.
For all we know, they may be dead already. The killer's on their way back to San Francisco.
Oh, I don't think so. What time is it, Harris?
20 after 3. You look tired. You better get some sleep.
I'm all right. How can you help people who won't help themselves?
Well, I guess it's not easy to break with 3,000 or 4,000 years of custom and tradition.
See, we have murder down there, and I don't know where to look.
Well, I've got a paper to put to bed. I'll check with you the first thing in the morning.
This scarf belongs to the girl. I saw it on her when Lum Chen brought her to the quarter. I have always been a friend of the society. I wanted to help you. A small reward would make this humble one largely happy. Surely the society rewards those who help. A small reward? A thousand thanks. The living quarters of Huang Qi. I found the scarf at the back door in the alley. On my oath, this is true. The Lum and the girl must be there.
We must find a way to spirit them away quickly. I came to you for help to accomplish this. There's no one else.
You weren't so anxious to help yesterday.
We must seem very difficult at times. But it is not simple to break with traditions.
Well, we got a few traditions ourselves. One of them's to fight back if somebody tries to push you around.
Perhaps I was mistaken in coming here.
No. Your mistake was trying to live in two worlds. Come on.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Is he dead?
He only sleeps.
Oh, hello, Mr. Hollister.
Lum?
I see you got your new partner working. He's an excellent supervisor. Faintly, I recall he was not quite so good as a worker, but he's a fine supervisor. Would you like a delicious mandarin duck dinner from a grateful Kwanki?
Oh, no, thank you, Kwong. I came down to talk to you about the money that was stolen from your office. We seem to have forgotten it in the last couple of days.
Oh, it's not important. In fact, I'm not at all certain it was stolen. Perhaps I lost it somewhere. I'm sorry to have caused trouble. Thank you for your interest. Small matter like a robbery. If it happened, we can handle it. No reason to take the time of a busy sheriff.
All right. Don't let me hear any more shooting from the court. Is that clear?
Is not shooting in town against the law, Mr. Hollister? Who would do such a thing? As we say, Hainishi Mjan Siu Pao.
Oh, I give up. I just gotta learn how to speak Chinese.
Which dialect, Mr. Hollister? There are more than 100, each virtually a different language from the others.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
One p.m. Tombstone's postmaster, Clem Hawley, was making his rounds through the mining district with the mail.
Ben Burnett. Didn't expect to see you out here. Don't tell me the Occidental's closing down in the afternoon.
No, it's nothing like that, Clem. Just thought a breath of clear air away from the saloon might do me some good.
Oh, don't believe I know your friend.
Well, I'd like to have you meet him.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
p.m., December 8, 1882. Clem Hawley's driverless team raced back to Tombstone.
Easy, baby.
Clem Hawley's team. Wonder what happened to him.
Where's Clem?
I don't know, Miss Holly.
Clay Hollister and his deputy rode out to backtrack the postmaster's route. Ella Hawley insisted on driving the buckboard. Tombstone's Dr. Cunningham completed the group.
Ben couldn't have timed it any better.
Yourself, Alan. Clem probably stepped out of the wagon for a second and the team bolted.
That doesn't explain the blood on the seat.
Out of the mailbag, huh? Probably. Looks like something was dragged through here.
What is it?
I don't know yet, Miss Hawley. Keep her here.
Is he going to be all right, Doctor?
Ella, go back to the wagon.
You know Doc Cunningham's the best there is, man.
Of course. Maybe I could lend a
He
hand.
knows what he's doing.
Maybe I
Jim's
could...
there if he needs any help. Now, do you know of anybody who might have held a grudge against Clem?
Oh, not even in Tombstone. Being postmaster just sort of kept him in the middle. They never even had to take sides.
Was there any money in the mail?
Oh, I helped Clem pack that bag myself. It was just regular mail. Why would anybody want to rob him?
I don't know, ma'am. Not yet. Up to me.
Is he going to be all right, Doc?
I don't know. I got to dig for the bullet. Hey, touch it.
It's time. Bring our horses around the back.
Thank you, George.
Don't move and don't turn around. Keep your hands down. Act natural. And don't get any ideas. Where's the mine payroll? The one that's ready to go on the stage. Don't turn around. Now, where's that payroll?
It's in the safe.
You've got just 5 seconds to open it. Hurry it up.
I'm doing the best I can.
Keep your eyes on that safe if you want to live.
I wanna.
Don't like staying in town, Pat.
Don't be dumb. Be less suspicious like Ben says. Out on look if we pull out the same day the payroll gets taken.
Hold up! Hold up! The payroll money! He got the payroll. He came in, hit me on the head.
I'm getting out. Take it easy. Everything natural.
I'm all right, but get after him. Somebody.
What happened?
The payroll money. $15,000.
Take care of him. I'll go get Hollister.
All right. 2:30 p.m., December 8th. Tombstone was having a busy day. I rode toward the mining district to get Sheriff Hollister.
Terrence! Clay, there's been a holdup at the stage depot. What? Yeah, the mine payroll, $15,000, about an hour after you left. What happened here?
Clem got himself shot. Bring him in.
Okay.
Jim!
I don't know, Mr. Hollister. Never saw his face. Wouldn't let me turn around. He saw to that.
Afraid you might recognize him. Means he could be local. You say he came in the back way?
Yep, and there was the 15,000. All wrapped up and waiting for him.
And it's the first time I haven't been with you till the stage came.
That's right.
Let's check outside.
Had to be somebody in town, huh?
Yeah, it looks that way. Whoever shot Clem Hawley was in on this too, I think. Two horses and a man waiting. Yeah, not very long.
Look at this, Clay.
Cracked left rear hoof. Jimmy, check the stable. All the horses on the street, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Just rode in with Ella Hawley.
Clem come to yet?
No.
Harris, I don't think Clem was robbed at all. I think it was just a scheme to pull us out of town, using the old man as bait.
Pretty grim business, shooting a man in cold blood.
Yeah. Let's go see if we can give the doctor a hand. Clem's got to identify who shot him. How is he, Doc?
It's hard to say. I got the bullet at 45. But he's hemorrhaged a lot. He's still in a coma. He's an old man, Clay. He may never come around.
We got the money. Why can't we ride, Ben?
You ride when I say so. A few days, it won't make any difference if the three of you push on. We'll split the money then, too.
The old man might talk, Ben. Then what'll happen to you two?
I'm going to forget you tried to divide us, Rig.
I didn't mean it that way, Ben. We're all in this together. It's just that we're all new to this thing, that's all.
I know that.
You might have a point, Ben. Maybe the old man will talk.
Then why didn't you kill him?
A little nervous, I guess. Never done nothing like that before. Unarmed old man.
Maybe you don't want your share.
No, nothing like that.
All right, let's break it up. The angel Gabriel himself couldn't talk. Not with where that bullet hit him.
Ben, why can't we all ride?
Look, it took me 6 months to set up this deal. Ride out today and Hollister will smell a rat.
I'd sure like to know what Hollis is up to, though. From what I hear, he's just sitting and waiting. For what?
Well, maybe one of the three you'd like to ask him.
Clay's deputy methodically checked Tombstone's corrals and livery stables. At the OK Corral, he made his discovery.
I know how you feel about Clem, Sheriff. We all do, but you're sitting around here and getting the payroll back.
What should I be doing, Ed? Leading a posse?
It'll be better than you're sitting around here.
Where do I pick up the trail? You gonna tell me?
Well, sorry, Clay. I didn't mean to be telling you your business.
It's all right.
Clay, found the horse with the broken shoe.
Where?
Down at the OK Corral. Belongs to Rig Quaid. You remember him. Drifted into town a couple of months ago. Hangs out at the Occidental.
Harris, do me a favor. Go down and stay with Clem. Let me know as soon as he can talk.
Okay.
But wait pays off sometimes.
December 11th, 2 days after the robbery, Clay Hollister had a lead.
He's at the bar. Greg, I want to talk to you. Got some questions I want to ask you.
Who's stopping you?
In my office. Come on.
I got no business in your office.
Well, I think you have. You got a horse with a bad shoe. That's my business right now.
I'm staying right here.
One way or another, you're going.
Look, I told you. Someone stole my horse. That's my story. You've got no right to hold me. You've made no charge.
Making a big mistake, Rick. I know the robbery down at the depot is tied in with Clem's shooting. If he dies, the charge will be murder. Now what's your story?
I was at the Occidental. I came out. My horse was gone. Someone stole it.
And when'd you go to the depot?
What are you trying to do to me? I wasn't anywhere near the depot. I was over at the Occidental with Pat having it.
Pat who? Pat who?
I'm through talking, Sheriff.
All right, Jimmy, lock him.
What do you think?
A couple of days in jail will loosen him up. He's already said too much and he knows it. How is he?
You got it plumb center, Clay. Anything out there?
Nothing.
Clem's just got to talk. That's all we really got.
That and somebody named Pat.
Where have you been?
Picking up some insurance.
Rig?
Ben was right. Rig would have talked. That makes it $5,000 apiece now.
Unless the old man pulls through.
Clay Hollister's waiting game was beginning to pay off. Some people were getting nervous.
Hi, Doc.
Oh, Pat.
The whole town's asking about old Clem. How is he?
Touch and go.
Oh, that's too bad. Clem won't talk again, I hear.
Too early to say.
I see. Well, I'll let his friends know how he's doing. See you, Doc.
Sure. Bye, Pat.
Thanks, Doc.
Yes, Clay?
Chances any better, Doc?
Frankly, Clay, I can't figure what's keeping him alive.
Hasn't said a word.
Nothing. Hasn't opened his eyes. Just hanging on the brink all day.
Doc.
Oh, another crisis. One of many. Clem's as tough as an old crow.
Listen, Doc, I better come back later. I want to talk to Mrs. Hawley when she's feeling up to it.
Okay.
I'm sorry to have to talk to you now, Mrs. Hawley, but it's the
Just don't know why. Why they'd shoot Clem. He never hurt anybody. Why him? After all that suffering.
Well, if it's any consolation to you, I'll get the man that did it.
There ought to be something I can do to help.
There is something.
Anything. I won't rest easy until whoever shot Clem pays the price. I'll do anything.
It's a long chance, Mrs. Hawley. But it is a chance. Listen up. Clem Hawley's got an identification to make.
You mean the old man pulled through?
He came to, if that's what you mean. And he says he can identify who gunned him.
He can talk?
No, but there's nothing wrong with his eyesight, and I'm going to run every man in town past him if I have to.
Well, I don't know what...
Now let's go for the doctor's office.
Well, that's a big idea.
Move out! All right, quiet down. You're all going to stand in that doorway one at a time, see what Clem has to say about you. Then you can go. Miss Hawley, will you just lift Clem up a little bit so I can see better? Thank you. All right, you, give me your gun. You! Now step into the doorway.
That the man, Clem? No, Sheriff.
Next man. Step right in.
Take your time, Clem. You think about it. Is that the man? No, Sheriff.
Next man. You. Take a careful look at this one, Clem. Careful.
He says...
Yes, Ella, go on. Miss Hawley, you all right?
We're fine, Sheriff, just fine.
Jim?
Okay, out here, Clay. Clacy must have been one of them. But he ain't gonna do any more ambushing.
Clacy. All right, Pat. Step right in. You're not through yet.
Tip your hat back a little so I can look at you better.
Well, Mrs. Hawley, what does Clem think?
Clem says that could be the man.
She don't know what she's talking about. I wasn't even there.
Clem says that could be the man.